What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So, former President Donald Trump is going to be traveling to New York on Monday ahead of the apparent Tuesday arraignment. So, this must be or could be actually happening. You have a former President Donald Trump is expected to travel to New York on Monday ahead of his scheduled arraignment on Tuesday on the still unknown charges. A source familiar with the planning confirmed. Trump is expected to turn himself in Tuesday morning ahead of the arraignment, which a court spokesman indicated would be at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The Washington Post reported Friday that Secret Service agents were at the Manhattan courthouse where Trump will turn himself in to tour the site and determine how the former president will get in and out securely. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says here on Twitter, he says, how can President Trump avoid prosecution in New York? This is what he says here on Twitter. He says, on the way to the DA's office on Tuesday, Trump should smash some windows, rob a few shops, and punch a cop. Obviously, he's being sarcastic here, but you got to be careful saying this stuff here nowadays. He would be released immediately. He would be released immediately. Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Yeah. Former vice president underneath Trump, Mike Pence, has some interesting things to say here. Take a listen.
No one is above the law, including former presidents. Let me be clear on that point. And the American people know this. But in this case, and a controversy over campaign finance, I can't speak to the merits of this case at all, but I can speak to the issue emanating out of a question over campaign finance should never have risen to the level to bring an unprecedented and historic prosecution against the former president.
So should Trump have been treated differently than Michael Cohen, who went to jail for doing this?
Well, Michael Cohen went to jail for lying to Congress. Look, this is an issue about campaign finances.
Yeah, this comes right as the storm at my house is coming in. It literally feels like this is coming as the storm over the U.S. is coming in with this indictment. As wow, look at it out there. It really feels like this could pull our country apart, as if we weren't the United States of America already. Will this pull our country apart even more between Republicans and Democrats? We really have a lot of people who feel really different about this situation. You ask a Republican about this, you ask a Democrat about this, and they have completely different feelings a lot of the times. Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Wow, I feel like we're gonna lose power here or something because of the storm. I don't know if you could hear that thunder, but wow. Yeah, ominous feelings going on here right now. And the New York City Police Department even bracing for impact here, as they have told every single officer to be ready and in uniform here on Tuesday. Yeah, so it's going to be, who knows? And we know what happened here on January 6th. Is this going to be as big or worse? Now, remember here that this is just charges filed against Trump. He has, arguably the best lawyer teams ever and tons of money, so he can defend himself pretty decently. But on the other hand, he's also going basically against the state. So the state has unlimited money for the most hand as well. So it's a pretty interesting case. And of course, if you're a Republican, you're like, Jimmy, this is blasphemy. And if you're a Democrat, you're like, Jimmy, no man's above the law. So it's kind of, and again, I just pretty much look at this from a neutral point of view, because I am pretty much neutral, right? It's like on one hand, it's like this is unprecedented. On the other hand, it's like, you know, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy here. So where will we be a year from now? Well, really, a year from now, we'd be getting ready for the election. And you got to kind of wonder, how much does the election bear into this? If former President Donald Trump wasn't running for re-election, where would this be? Does this have a lot to do with him running for president again or not? Are these political adversaries trying to get back at him? Is there political motivations in this? You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. And again, it really has to do with, ask a Republican and they'd be like, yes. Ask a Democrat and they'd be like, well, maybe, maybe not, and this is where like, if this was a Republican prosecutor, do you think a Republican prosecutor would be charging former President Donald Trump? And if you kind of ask that question, you'd probably tell me no. And that's where it gets interesting, because why wouldn't a Republican prosecutor charge Trump with the charges? And that's where it kind of is like, maybe it is political. Wow, this thunder's getting pretty ominous. Yeah, so this is where it's kind of odd. And you got to kind of think about, we've had a similar situation with former President Clinton as well. He paid Paula Jones hush money to settle a case. Well, first of all, why are our presidents getting involved with this? It's kind of, shouldn't they be above this? Now, of course, this happened before he was president. I mean, these are married men. They should be like not doing this kind of stuff, or don't be married if you want to do this kind of stuff. But you got to kind of think about this. Clinton did it while he was in office, but I don't know. Where do we go from here? Especially, you got to kind of think from this point forward how divided our country is going to be, and what's going to happen from here. It's going to be absolutely insane. Now, remember here that Trump is facing probably around 30 different counts from a New York grand jury. We will know the exact counts and the exact charges here soon. But remember, this isn't just from a DA. This came from a grand jury. And they're still under seal for now. But a grand jury actually came to this decision. So you do kind of have to put that into account of there. Here's what's also interesting. This is actually being reported by Fox News. Trump's indictment, which hasn't even happened yet, just the news on it, gives Trump a political boost. But some GOP operatives wonder how long it can last. Trump, the first former president indicted in American history, which hasn't quite happened yet, hauls in $4 million in fundraising just after the announcement here. So he's already hauled in $4 million basically here in the last hours since this has come out. Crazy, huh? It's just basically a cash haul going, a cash machine go, brrr, it's unbelievable. Yeah, this is being reported by Fox News, a Republican station here. Trump's 2024 presidential campaign quickly capitalized on the announcement that he would become the first former president in U.S. history to be charged with a crime, saying, quote, "The radical left, the enemy of the hardworking men and women of this country, have indicted me in a disgusting witch hunt," Trump says. He said, quote, "Please make a contribution of truly any amount to defend our movement from the never-ending witch hunt and win the White House in 2024. And he announced on Friday evening that they hauled in over $4 million in fundraising following the indictment amount, with the average contribution of $38. And that a quarter of the amount came from the first-time donors to the Trump campaign. Wow. Now, to think about this, you have to actually look at this from an outside point of view. This actually puts him at a kind of an advantage in a way, over Biden. Now, I get that he's going to be indicted here and it's not really an advantage per se, but in a way, it is money-wise because Biden's surely not bringing in this type of dollar amount right now. I mean, there's not people going and just falling over themselves to give money to Biden right now. Just kind of think about that. Are people just falling over themselves to right now rush out and donate money to Biden? I don't think so. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments, especially first-time donors are just rushing out to give their money here to them. Yeah, so now, of course, these are circumstances that Trump didn't just make up because clearly this is a DA, going to be charging him. So unbelievable here. And this is just the $4 million here just in the last few hours. He's bringing in money every single day. Wow. So it's really going to be interesting to see what happens here. I'll keep you up to date here on a daily basis. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And guess what? It costs absolutely nothing. So click the subscribe button and then the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No donations required. I'll keep you up to date here. If you appreciate these videos, don't forget to hit the like button for us. All it does is tell the YouTube algorithm that you like our videos, and it'll help kind of push our videos out to new viewers so that they can find our channel as well. You can share our videos on social media or anything like that if you appreciate them. Here's our videos you can watch next. Here's what Putin just did and the U.S. retaliated, actually. You can watch that video here. And here's a big video about Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and low and middle income Americans. Just big video I just did there. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.